Hello, welcome once again to EarthStock 2024. It's the final day of our week, the day of celebration and synchronization. We'll be having a global mass meditation here today, represented with Sue Cooper. And first, I just like to show you what's happening. Continuing on after us is going to be the drums around the world, and also how we can be experiencing some of these activities in the virtual space. So when you go to earthstocksummit.com and you click on this watch area, you end up here. But if you just hover over it, it says virtual world. And if you click on that, then you'll come to this space. And this they've created this whole virtual world of EarthStock, and you can see all the presenters, and there's a stage, and there's always something happening there on the stage, something, music playing and people talking. And you have to click on this spatial.io, and I'll just show you here. You have to create a login, so I've done that already. And then you can search for EarthStock in the search bar. And then here it is here. I'm not going to go in because it'll start playing music, but that's just so you know. And so then you can walk around in there just like you're in Roblox, or I play with my children, or any 3D game. You can go forward and backwards and walk around and see other people. So that's a lot of fun. And then once we're done today, it's going to be moving on to drums around the world. So it's this global day of singing and drumming and celebrating together. And so you'll just come to this drumsaroundtheworld.com, and then there is a Zoom link here to join in to this event. Every Tuesday. Oh, maybe that's not it actually. So we'll see if it might be broadcasting. I think it'll be broadcasting on the live stream as well on EarthStock. So that is here when you're in EarthStock and you're on watch. Then you can choose any of these. Any of these links will take you to the YouTube or Facebook or somewhere else to watch the live stream of the drums around the world as well. And bring your drum or our legs to slap on to be part of the rhythm. So now I would like to introduce our our lead meditator today, our meditation guide. Will be Sue Cooper. She's a mindfulness and meditation teacher and has over 4 decades of registered nurse experience in clinical care, management, and education, and is an Ayurvedic lifestyle instructor. From the Chopra Center for Wellbeing, led by founder Deepak Chopra. For the last 12 years, she's been traveling, volunteering, and exploring natural healing modalities from indigenous cultures around the world. Sue is the founder of MOM, Moments of Mass Mindfulness, and also of Self-Care World. So Sue, you're a good friend of mine. Whenever we talk, we come to tears because it's so rich and deep what you share about the transformational experiences you hold in Nottingham, and the healing activities that you coordinate and lead. You're a true light in this world, a true spiritual queen bee, and just welcome. How are you today?
Oh, thank you, Cara. I'm extremely well, thank you. And thank you for inviting me into EarthStock, and to you and Michael and the whole team for running this for this week. So I feel very honoured to be here. I've been giving deep reflection, listening to many of the conversations, and wondering what my contribution can be in terms of earth, spirituality, health, well-being. So it's been an absolute joy to really deeply reflect on that. And I've come up with 3 words. I've come up with place, space, and grace. So for the first few minutes, I was asked to put my place into context. Then what we'll do is I'll read a clearing statement, and then we'll go into meditation for about 15 minutes. And then we have time afterwards to share whatever is emerging. So does that sound like a plan? Thank you. So as Cara said, my name's Sue Cooper. I live in the heartlands of England, a place called Nottingham. And many of you will have heard it through, Sherwood Forest and Robin Hood. Going back to the 11th century and the 12th century, where he took from the rich and gave to the poor. I'm very much in favour of sharing from the rich and giving to the poor, a more gentle way of doing things. But I've often asked myself, why do I live here? Because I've been here for about 40 years. And the reflections have shown me that I'm here because of community. I'm here because of the people who live here and work here. And we have a very rich community in terms of kindness, care and compassion. So if I just go back to Sherwood Forest, because what I didn't realise until probably about 2 years ago was that there was a sacred well in Sherwood Forest that was Sherwood Forest. It's now allotment space where people garden. And in this well is the well of St. Anne. And that fascinated me because where is this well and where is St. Anne and who is St. Anne? So anyway, a group of us got together, and about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we went on a little pilgrimage and we found this well. And this well was deep within the undergrowth and overgrowth. And we cleared the space and we found this water. And we know that it was there because it had been actually fenced off. And we had a sacred ritual to realign the energy of this well that is or was in Sherwood Forest. St. Anne was the mother of the Virgin Mary, therefore the grandmother of Jesus Christ. So that took me on a bit of a journey as to, well, this is interesting. What else lies around here that has to do with sacred spaces and sacred trees? We have Isaac Newton's house very close to here, about 20 miles away. And Isaac Newton in the early 1700s was sent home from university because of a pandemic, where he found stillness and quiet and contemplative time for him to deeply notice the apple falling off the tree, notice how the light splits through the prism, paid full attention to a great deal of occurrences that he probably wouldn't have noticed had he not been in stillness. So a little further afield from there, not much further afield, is from the 10th century, sorry, the 11th century, which is Our Lady of Walsingham, which is a sacred shrine to the Virgin Mary. And it was in medieval times, the equivalent of Lourdes now. And moving a little further away from that, but not too far away from this place where I am at the moment sharing with you in community, is the chapel of Julian of Norwich. And Julian of Norwich was around about 1340. And she was an anchorite, and she had the divine visions of the revelations of divine love, where she shared in community. People would visit her chapel and talk through the little grid that the divinity lays within. So these sacred sites, and our place, my place, is probably no different. There a reverence has called you in your place on Mother Earth. And it's been great fun actually just starting to track what it is that resonates here with me, with us, with the community. So with that place, I'd like to kind of move now into space, into the spaciousness of being in a contemplative space. So having been in the past, the first grace is faith. And faith is often in the past. It's what we believe and what we bring here into the present moment. And this grace here in the present moment is love. And that grace is shown in life through 3 different areas. One is the breath. And the process of breathing is called inspiration. And the process of breathing out is called expiration. We often say inhale and exhale, but the process, which is an active passive process, the breath is a spirit, The breath is a sense of aliveness. So I'd like us at this stage, please, to take 3 long inspirations and expirations in our own time to bring us into this centered awareness in the body, which is matter, which is Latin for mother. So here we are, breathing. So let's do this consciously, eyes open or closed, whatever feels right for you. And I ask you to connect into the heart space. Sense the inspiration entering into the heart space and leaving the heart space. The heart connects the breath to the body and enlivens the body. And as it does so, it enlivens the spiritual aspect of our being. So stay in this space of present moment awareness as I firstly read this clearing compassionate alignment statement, and then I'll repeat it slowly so that you have an opportunity to repeat each line either silently or out loud, however that feels for you. So let me read it slowly to begin with, and then I'll repeat it. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept all beings exactly as they are. We are all great souls and can never be diminished. Everything is unfolding in perfect and divine order. Grace is always present. All is well. So I'll read this slowly now. You're in this centered awareness of the breath. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept all beings exactly as they are. We are all great souls and can never be diminished. Everything is unfolding in perfect and divine order. Grace is always present. All is well. Stay resting in the resonance of this clearing statement. And for our focus for this meditation, let me guide you as we move into stillness for a short period. Let me guide you in a place where you feel comfort. Comfort meaning well, and being in the present moment, well-being. So being positioned so that you feel comfort, however that is for you, maybe unfurling so your feet are on the floor. Noticing the position of the sit bones so that the back is in this beautiful alignment of the S shape of the spine. Maybe moving away slightly so that you're not sitting on the base of the spine, just for this period of a longer, more focused meditation. The belly soft, relaxed. You sense the air, the breath moving probably gently in the belly, the rise and the fall. You move into the heart space. And you may be able to feel or sense the beat of the heart in the heart space. Maybe taking the shoulders back to expand the area at the front of the heart space so that the breath can expand the chest a little more. Notice the hands. Wherever the hands are is perfect. The focus is on the attention of the heartbeat, the gentle pulsating in the hands or in the fingers, or maybe right in the center of the palm of each hand. Or maybe not at all, but be with these beautiful healing hands. Relax the hands and relax the arms. Right up to the shoulders. And the attention now is on the throat chakra. Around the area, take your attention around the back of the neck and take the chin down just a little to stretch that area between the base of the skull and the top of the spine. And then track round to the front and maybe feel the heartbeat in the throat or in the neck. This space is a space of discernment where we give voice to whatever wants to be shared. Relax the jaw a little. A beautiful way to do that is by taking the tongue to rest gently behind the upper front teeth and then gently closing the jaw. Notice if that feels comfortable, and if not, please just make adjustments. Connect with the air entering the nasal passage and then leaving. This is where the air becomes the breath and fills the body with spirit. And as it leaves, follow it down the nasal passages. Notice the warmth of the air as it leaves the body, where air becomes breath and inspiration, and breath leaves on the expiration, becomes air. The eyes are softly closed, the forehead is relaxed, and we sense all the way up to the top of the crown of the head. Maybe we imagine there's this golden thread and we bring ourselves a little more into alignment as the thread is gently pulled up towards Father Sun and Mother Moon and the planetary constellations above our head. And in this space we know that we're connected to the cosmos and we're connected to the earth, and we are the conduits with this coherent nervous system and breath of spirit between the two. And with that we become one. And in this space of alignment, let us simply be in our own divinity, in community together. I'm going to watch the time. Let's enjoy a few minutes of peaceful community and silence. And then we'll come back together. And in this space of companionable silence, I ask you to deeply connect with a longer, slower, deeper breath right into the belly. And then a really long, slow breath out, maybe through the mouth, to fully exhale so that the belly button is pushed right into the back and you deeply exhale. And then notice on the next in-breath how the universe is breathing you. You need do nothing. You naturally expand. And then you participate in the exhalation, the expiration. Again, fully exhaling. And then releasing the belly and feel you being breathed. We do that 3 times in our own time. Feel it. Now we move back into our heart space, and as we do that, we feel the breath. It's as if it's entering and leaving the heart space. and we smile, and we co-create a compassionate circle in the present moment of now, of love. And grace in action, it's a language, it's given and received from the heart. And it's a language of hope. Hope for the future. It's the third grace. Faith, the past. Love, the present. Hope, the future. And as we smile, with our eyes still closed, we raise our system, our endocrine system, to these beautiful hormones, neurotransmitters of the love hormone, oxytocin, the love that the mother and the father express when a new baby is born, creating a bubble. We rise the levels of serotonin, dopamine. We're familiar with these. These are the feel-good factors. We can do that anytime by smiling, laughing out loud. So we smile. We give gratitude to ourselves for this time of self-care. We extend gratitude to each other in our places throughout the world. Gratitude to Mother Earth that holds us, feeds us, gives us life, gives us fresh water from the wells, fresh air, fresh food. And we give gratitude for this cosmic Mother and the invisible realm that we know is present, that holds and supports our journey. So let's come here into the now. Feel ourselves, our feet on the floor. We've moved into our own body, the matter. We feel our feet on the floor. We feel our body being held in the chair. We're very conscious that we're grounded. And in this space, I'd like to share a few words that came through me in about 2009, which I was reminded of when I was in a class yesterday, so I'm very grateful. And it's called, I Am Being Taught How to Listen to Me. Out of the depths of despair and darkness, the chinks of light are there. Look to the light, see it sparkle and enjoy its warmth. Freedom comes from shedding burdens. Meet them, greet them, and wave them goodbye. Then take the small steps forward, embracing with love who you are. You do not know your future, but do not worry. Your presence is now. Your stillness speaks. Your future will come to you when your mind and heart is open. So when you're ready, I invite you to maybe move whilst your eyes are still closed, so you're in your own space, but move. What's your body needing to enliven, to energize again? It may be that you want to move your neck, your arms, your fingers, rub your hands together. You maybe want to rub your legs. You maybe, whatever feels good for you. Be with this movement. We're here in stillness, but to move and to energize. So, and then maybe if you want to wrap your arms around you, this loving embrace. You know, so often we forget to deeply love ourselves. So it may be an opportunity to say, I love you to yourself with your name. We're all doing our best. So it's with the deepest of gratitude. I thank you for being here with me, with us, with EarthStock, with Cara, and thank you so much. Thank you, Cara.
Good. Oh, thank you so much, Sue. Just so gentle and clear and pure, and I appreciate that very much. And Piper Dellums is with us today. She was on the program yesterday, sharing your beautiful transformances that you did with Gary Malcolm and your healing journey. And now we are open to a sharing time. So if there's anything you'd like to share, Piper, please do.
Wow, Sue. First, I just have to say, wow, and stand in gratitude and unification with what you opened up in my physical body and spiritual body. I got on this call not knowing what it was. I received the email from Kara. And to be honest, I was in a lot of physical pain. And I felt as if I was going to pass out. I was already feeling lightheaded, and I thought, I don't think I'm going to make it through this broadcast, but I wanted to be a part of the family. And when you started the process, I thought, you're about to pass out. You need to turn off your camera and go and lay down. And then you brought me into a place of presence and a place of the here and now. And you allowed the breath to go into every cell of my body and then to expand into the universe. And I felt the pain that was in my physical body, my intestines, and other places where I want to say I was told I have tumors, but I have been energetically healing myself. And suddenly it left that this was a thought. It was in my head, and oftentimes we attach to the fear of what's been spoken into us, that this is what's ailing you. But you spoke of the universal life force, and I slowly felt through the breath the pain leaving my body, and I came into oneness and really fell into your guidance. And this is the first time in maybe 5 straight hours where I'm feeling strength without pain. And you are extraordinary with that. I never thought about feeling the heartbeat in my hands before or in my fingers. And you pushed that throughout my body. And I thought, I'm not connected to each part of my body enough. So I'm in such gratitude not to feel faint right now, not to feel in physical pain, not to feel in fear. Your gift is medicine. This wasn't just you guiding us. You carry with you a powerful medicine, my sister. And I am so grateful Cara called me into this. I would have stayed in bed. I would have nursed my pain. I would have. And I almost want to cry from what you've released. And it's organic and magical. I'm just in a wow. I don't know what else I could say, but thank you. And God bless you and never stop doing what you're doing.
May I respond, Piper? I just want to take a breath because I am moved. This is it. This is it. This is the alchemy that we hold. Pain, the acronym of pain. Pay attention. Integrate now. Pay attention. When we pay attention through heart-based resonance, and then we integrate, we hold, don't we? We hold on to it because that's what we do. That's the human. But to be able to express by the loving, kind breath that we each hold, and then experience a release again and again, is the alchemy. Is the alchemy that we all hold. I'm lucky that I have been immersed in the the energies around here for however long, and have, I feel, I've embedded something very magical, and having the opportunity today to be able to really release that myself. I am grateful for you for coming, and for Cara for holding the space and joining in as well. Thank you.
Piper, Piper touched. Piper and I are both part of Artists Catalyzing Evolution, part of the Evolutionary Leaders group, and they've recently, on the Scott Thomas's Awakening World show, did a beautiful healing arts ceremony for Piper, which is helping with a support for her as well on a GoFundMe for her healing journey. So we'll put that link as well on the chat below the broadcast recording if you feel moved to support Piper that way as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to honour so many people, because this journey is a journey of co-creation. And I know that we can only go so far on our own. we need each other. The power of each other on this journey is that will lead us to a transformational shift. And we know this, really, don't we? I'd like to honour Thriti and Meher Engineer, a beautiful couple who developed something called the Super Coherence Return to Love frequencies. And the clearing statement is something that they use each well, Meher, Thriti has transitioned, but the work continues. And I asked her if I may use that clearing statement, because I use it myself every day, because every day it's a new day. Don't necessarily always wake up every morning feeling always grateful, but not necessarily clear. So that is an incredibly powerful statement, and she would be thrilled if Piper and others use that every day as a gift to her, from them to the universe. So yeah, so I honour them. I honour so many people. I certainly honour the divine feminine and the sacred masculine, not as separate, but as one. So with Robin Hood, King John in the history, Isaac Newton, the Pilgrim Fathers and families are from here. Most of them came from North Nottinghamshire over to the new land, spreading whatever, opportunities. So yeah. Cara, anything that you'd like to share?
I think, we've been doing some ceremonies every new moon with the Healing for Rising group, which is part of World Unity Week. And we've been exploring safe spaces for darkness. And so just meaning that, just that, again, that unity that we're often sort of saying, oh, love and light, but then also when we have a big vision for a big light, that casts a big shadow as well. And so it's really important to spend time to go in to what are these grieving spaces, what are these dark, mysterious spaces we don't often want to look at. How do ceremony with difficult subjects, like power over mentality in the world, and really going in together to sense in and feel what those parts of our own consciousness are feeling and needing, and then giving that love and holding that in a beautiful space. We did one for the spirit of the United States, which is sort of in a lot of need these years, and we could just see the spirit of the United States was just all sort of like bound up in barbed wire and just like, and then we asked it permission to like bring it light and healing and it accepted, and then sorted it until we perceived it as like a fresh new baby, and just to give it love and that every being needs, that every soul needs, just to care for the soul of the country like that. We can do that for every country. And so I'm not sure why I'm sharing this, but I just feel like it's important energy to bring and hold together, especially now as there's sort of an opportunity and crisis in the States unfolding. And so, yeah, maybe we can just take a moment to hold space for, even though this is the European broadcast, that's okay, just what came up in me now. Just hold space for maybe just for the soul of whatever your country is, to give it where its dark spaces are, the places that aren't being looked at, that aren't being addressed, where power and greed is stopping the communion with the people, and just send so much love to the collective consciousness that's around you.
All right.
I know exactly why that came up for you. I do.
You do?
My body is
Yeah,
literally healing with part of this healing process. Sorry. And I think it came up for you because I think a part of our physical and emotional illness in the United States is also generational trauma. And there's such a strong generational trauma even attached to the pilgrimage, to contemplation, for my Native American ancestry and for my African American ancestry in combination.
Oh, wow.
And even when she spoke, this is the place of pilgrimage. I know I did a healing, the eminence for to heal my body. Sorry. By going into generational trauma, thinking that I could heal the generational trauma, I could heal the imprint of trauma in my cellular bodies. So when you brought it up and when she brought it up, that's what I was feeling, this is what I'm releasing. I'm releasing this for my mothers, my grandmothers, and for my ancestors. And it's holding in the collective consciousness, the car of the work that you're doing. We're feeling that work, powerfully feeling that. And that didn't come up for no reason, because this was going in my head exactly when you said it, So grateful that you're so connected.
May I offer a prayer? This is for Erica. This came through in 2020 when I was in California in March 2020. And I witnessed what we'd been locked in, managed to get out back to England on one of the last flights. And I mused over what I was seeing in America. It felt like America had got lost, and everybody was calling it the US, United States. What is America? So I reflected on that a lot. And then this word America moved into 3 words. When you change the 7 letters of America, reconfigure them, it turns into I am care.
Really? I
am care. And when that came through, then these words came through. I wrote them down. It's only twice in my life this has happened. One was that first prayer, I'm being taught to listen to me. And then this one, may I offer it into this space? A global prayer for America. America, I am care. I am care, America. We the people. May I truly know it. May I feel the I am vibration of my soul's creation. I am care. Through the life force and rhythm of my heartbeat with nature. I am care. May I remember that care is at the heart of the founding of America. I am care. Built on the values of freedom, of liberty, of equality and unity. I am care. Radiating peace, deep inner peace and harmony into the world. I am care. Co-creating compassionate and caring communities. I am care. Loving, sharing, caring. May I am be the mantra. Care my prayer. America. And when we say the words America, moving forward, if this resonates, know that the essence of that word is care. I am care. So it's now being used in prisons and hospitals and schools in different parts of America, very quietly, using it as a listening and talking circles. So what does care mean? And hearing voice, listening, dialogue, deep listening, deep dialogue. And I hope it spreads like a virus of love throughout the whole of the world. So giving voice to it now. Thank you for enabling. Shall we have a few moments, Cara, with your magic bell?
I am care.
I am care.
And let us see that baby transforming into a tall and strong woman. Energized. Knowing deeply. I am care. And accepting the challenge to lead from love, to lead us back home to love. And let us all receive energy from the universe and send it through our hearts to the spirit, to the essence and soul of America. It represents our yearning for progress of freedom and unity. I am care. I'd just like to go to Piper now. Any insights, Piper, from this?
The opening of the heart back to love. resonates so profoundly with me, especially in that moment, because I think that's where the blocks come. And we forget in our third dimensional ego, experiences, thought processes, body politic, that the opening of the heart back to love is the purpose for how our souls chose to imprint in the incarnation. And I remembered when you hit the bell the third time, it was as if my soul said, remember why you came, and remember why you chose that vessel, and remember why you chose that ancestry, so that this could be a remembering of coming home to love. And you are so in alignment. There's such an alignment right now. I think we are all in a major alignment on this call, just as if we are consciously being drawn together on purpose
Mm.
to awaken this. There was not one point of what just happened that wasn't already walking me, ascending me to that place. And then you were speaking it and then calling it in as if you were inside of my soul. And that I was like, wow, we're in alignment. And thank you for allowing me to remember, because sometimes in the world, especially in America, it's easy to forget. And it's easy to forget when you're walking in a fear, whether it's a health fear or a societal fear. Sorry, because that becomes the loudest voice. And then we forget to put that voice down, listen to the center of our hearts, and connect with one another in oneness and not feel so separate. And America has gotten into the divisiveness to such a degree that it's hard not to feel as if you're in a world alone. And this has been this reminder that we're in oneness. And I'm very grateful, because I really needed that right now, this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Piper, you're just invited if you're willing to. When you talked about the fear, you kind of had to choke it back for the. I'm inviting you to let it out in some kind of sound or anything that feels right for you, just in this moment, if you're willing.
What the fear feels like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The emotion that came up when you said it. Yeah.
I think I'm so used to swallowing how profound. Mm.
Yeah. If you need some support for that, you can imagine like our hands are on your back.
Yeah, how deeply embedded that fear is. You know, it's really difficult for people to really understand unless you're walking through it. It's a different fear. We have the fear of being women, in a world where a lot of us have been sexually traumatized, or so we already have that fear of walking as women in an unsafe environment. But as people of color, we walk in fear in every environment, whether it's walking into a store, you're going to be followed. Walking in the wrong neighborhood, you don't know if you're safe, or allowing your children to get in a car simply to go out with friends, whether or not that's going to be an environment where they won't return, even if it's just a police officer. And so we learn how to always be protected. It's embedded in us at a very young age. What it does is I think it permeates the spirit and the body. And even when we want to let it go, we don't know how.
Mm, mm,
Because if we let it go, then we're not safe. So I think I'm releasing it in tears, and you can't feel it, but it's releasing in my heartbeat. My heart is beating so fast.
okay.
I'm releasing it in that breath, that exhalation she spoke about. So thank you for reminding me not to swallow. it down, because I think the swallowing it down is why my tumors, and they're not mine, why those tumors
Mhm.
are wanting to stay, because I'm swallowing these toxic thoughts. So thank you for reminding me to no longer swallow them, because that's how I buried my dad. Cancer runs rampant in communities of where fear is a foundation of our livelihood. I'm gonna release it now.
Yeah. Can you give it some voice? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You
Oh,
don't have to. You don't have to.
I think it's more of a oh,
Mhm.
oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, 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 oh. God. Oh. 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 I didn't realize it feels like labor.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the first sense I got. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, yeah. We're actually right on time. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Ara, keep going. We're going to give you another 15 minutes.
Great. Thanks.
Okay.
Ah, lost the plug on my sister.
It's going to disappear in the energy.
Oh.
Mm,
Well, Cara, I have to say, thank you for that, because that too was fear. Fear of that kind of vulnerability. I was afraid even when you asked me not to be afraid. I felt so much fear in having to be that vulnerable
mm,
because that's attached to it. Uh, the vulnerability is may come off like a weakness. And we are very much taught at a very young age. Strength, always, courage, always.
mm,
No matter what is said, no matter what is thrown, no matter what doors are closed, it's shoulders back, and you keep forging forward. So the vulnerability place you don't have place for. So there's a level of
mm,
innocence that's not given, that a
mm.
lot of that other children have the ability to have that vulnerability to be innocent. I was never given that.
Wow.
Innocence is not a part of the journey of being a person of color in America, especially if it's mixed. It's not safe. You're taught that very early. So you're allowing me to go to an inner child place, and to be vulnerable here is huge. Because even when you said make a sound, there was a terror inside of me of, will I ever stop that sound? I'm gonna scream out for my entire life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I crying for my mom and crying for my dad and crying for my children? And it's too painful. And yet, thank you.
Yeah. When you're held in the right space, in a good space,
Safe.
so courageous to let the healing come through you. Yeah.
And you're such a safe space.
I'm
Thank
sorry, it's live streaming on the internet, but it's safe. I think it, but
In my mind, it was just the four of us. I'm glad I didn't know that.
So,
I'm glad I didn't know that because I would have just stayed silent. So
yeah.
perhaps I let that out for a lot of women.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, yeah.
Could I share the language of grace that that comes through? It's what I call entanglement of the logos. The words are there, but they become transmuted into one of love. And if we, and this is very playful, if you look at the word safer, which is what you've expressed, transmuting that is the same letters, which is fear. Fears. It's the same. It's the polar. So the same letters move, and being present to that. Where am I? Am I? Obviously, we need to feel safe, but are our fears something that we carry subconsciously all the time? And can we just transmute that word? Not ignoring it ever, acknowledging, accepting, appreciating it, but change it into safer again and again. One other word, I go crazy with these because I just love them, but it's grace. That word is so powerful. G is the 7th letter of the alphabet, and 7 is such a sacred number. And then the last 4 letters, race, reconfigured is care. So again, it's care. Care is at the heart of this
Global
movement.
care.
There's care. And the G, 7 letters. Sorry, the 7th letter, the 7 chakras, the 7 days.
Generations.
Generations. It's there, it's divine. And moving the playfulness of words that hold us, and then seeing it from a different vibrational stance is something that I love to do. And it's fun. And then, when you, Piper, thank you so much for trusting us in this safe space, but releasing the tears, releasing through laughter, releasing through the yawn, anything, or from the deep inhalation, anything that stimulates the diaphragm to really deeply move, then massages the vagus nerve, which goes through the diaphragm. So as we're doing that, we move from the sympathetic, fight, flight, to the parasympathetic, rest and digest, simply by making sure that the back of our neck isn't too scrunched up, because we hold tension in our, so releasing this bit between the brain stem and the back of the skull here, because that's where the nerve, the brain stem leaves, the vagus nerve leaves. It goes into the jaw. The branch is going to the jaw. That's why I asked, please put the tip of the tongue behind the upper front teeth, because you cannot clamp your jaw when your tongue is in that position. So you're in that relaxed mode. Your chin is in alignment, and your heart is open. Then grace is present, and you take some deep breath and you massage. You massage. The work of Herbert Benson from New York is quite extraordinary. But yes, we need drugs. Yes, we need surgeries. But yes, we also need the healing potential of the breath, the heart and the breath. Those together, the alchemy in different, however we want to, it's the integration, isn't it? So you crying, cry deeply, that, because it's that breath that releases, cry, laugh. Cara and I were talking about laughter before we came on. That releases. Yawning, really yawning, releases. So it's the release, let go, again and again and again and again and again. It's all there for us. Thank you.
So I'd just like to close and release and thank all those energies and ancestors and deep fears that were present and flowed through us today. And just know that send them off into the universe to where they're supposed to be serving us all. And great thank you to you, two beautiful women, open, conscious, amazing. Good. And off we go into the cosmos. And if you've been affected, if this has opened up for something for you and you need some support, I will go on to the conversation room now. I wasn't planning to, but just in case, because it was so emotionally opening. If you're alone now and need some support, I'll go there now. So we'll put that. I'll share my screen again just so you know where that is. Not here. Sorry, I wasn't going to do that. So EarthStock. You have to go to the watch part or the broadcast part and find this conversations room here. And click here to enter the Zoom room. So if you'd like some additional support, come join us here at theconversation.cc. I'll get that put in the chat below the live stream as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.